Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anand and welcome to my another Android tutorial. In this video, first we will see what are the prerequisites before starting Android application development. After that, I will show you guys how to set up and install necessary tools and software required for Android application development. So let's start. To start Android application development, you should have at least a basic knowledge of Java programming language and object-oriented programming concepts. Now the question probably you want to ask is, why do we need Java for Android application development? Java is the standard language for Android application development. That simply means we are going to write our Android application source code in Java programming language. That's why you must have the basic understanding of Java programming language. Apart from that, you should also have the basic knowledge of XML. In Android, XML is used to design application UI. If you don't have these skills, I would highly recommend you to first learn the basics of these skills. It will help you to learn Android programming easily. Now let's talk about the tools required for Android application development. The very first thing we need to download is Java Development Kit, which is also known as JDK in short. To compile application source code files written in Java, we need JDK. Another tool we need to download is Android Studio. It's an official integrated development environment, or in short IDE for Android application development. This IDE is actually based on JetBrains product IntelliJ IDEA, and we will use this IDE for code editing, compiling and executing Android applications. Another tool which is required for Android application development is Android Software Development Kit, or in short Android SDK. When you install Android Studio, you will also be installing Android SDK. Android SDK contains Java Framework API and various tools to create and build Android applications. To start Android application development, that's all you need. So let's first download JDK. Open your web browser and go to Google. Simply type Java JDK download and press enter. Most likely the first link that pops up will be from oracle.com and it's the correct one. Click on it. In case if you are not able to find the correct link, copy and paste this URL. Once link is opened, you will see a web page like this. On this page, look for JDK download button at the top. Once you find the button, click on it. This is the official JDK download page. First thing you need to do here is accept the license agreement. In fact, you don't have any choice other than to accept. Next, you need to decide for which operating system you want to download JDK. You need to select appropriate JDK for your operating system. For example, if you are using macOS, then download the DMG file. And if you are using Windows, then download the appropriate exe file. Here you will see two exe files for Windows. x64 is for 64-bit operating system and 86 is for 32-bit operating system. Now let's see how to download JDK for Windows. Select 32-bit or 64-bit JDK based on your copy of Windows operating system. Click on it and it will start downloading. Based on your internet speed, it may take some time to download, so please be patient. Once download is done, click on downloaded exe file. You will be asked to give permission first. Simply click yes. This will start the Java installation wizard. Click next. Here you have an opportunity to change the installation path of Java JDK. To change the path, click on change. This will open another window. Here you can provide the path where you want to install Java. But if you change it, please do remember the path of installation. Later it will be needed. Since I don't want to change the path, so I click cancel here and I keep the default path as it is. Now click next and it will start the installation process. This may take some time, so please be patient for a while. After some time, it will ask to install JRE, which is Java Runtime Environment. Here also you can change the path of JRE installation. I am not going to change it. Now hit next and it will start the installation process. Again, it may take some time, so please be patient. Once done, you will see a success message. Now hit close and you are done with the installation of Java. Now let's check whether JDK is successfully installed or not. Right click on the start menu, go to command prompt and type java-version. And as you can see that it's showing error that Java is not recognized as an internal or external command. To resolve this issue, we need to set the environment variable. But before we set the environment variable, we need the path of Java installation. To get the path, go to your C drive Here you can see two program files folder. The one with 86 is for 32-bit operating system and other is for 64-bit operating system. Depending upon your copy of JDK installation, please go inside the appropriate folder. Since I have installed JDK for 64-bit operating system, I will go inside the program files folder which is for 64-bit operating system. Then go to Java, JDK and bin folder. You need the path of this bin folder. To get the path, click on the top navigation bar, right click, copy the path and close this window. Now right click on the start menu and go to system. Click on advanced system settings and then click on environment variables. This will open a simple window where you can set, modify or delete environment variables. Here we need to create a path variable first. But before creating path variable, check if path variable already exists or not. As you can see that in my case, there is already a path variable available. So I just need to edit it. But if you don't find the path variable here, you need to create it. And for that, simply click on the new button and provide variable name and value. For variable name, type path and for value, paste the JDK bin folder path which we have copied earlier and click OK. Since I already have a path variable available, I am not going to create it, otherwise it will override my previous path variable and that may cause problems for few applications. So I am clicking cancel here. Now I want to edit my existing path variable. To edit it, select path variable and click edit. Now click on the new button and paste the JDK bin folder path which we have copied earlier and then hit OK. Now click OK and then again OK. Now right click on the start menu and go to command prompt. Type java-version and press enter. As you can see now it's showing Java version, that means we have successfully installed JDK. My Java version is 1.8 which is the latest JDK version available at the time of recording. Next we need to download Android Studio. To download it, open your web browser and go to Google. Simply type download Android Studio and press enter. Most probably the first link that pops up will be from developer.android.com. Click on it. In case if you are not able to find the correct link, copy and paste this URL. This is the official Android Studio download page. Hit this beautiful green button. You will be asked to accept terms and conditions first. Check the box and hit download button. This will start downloading Android Studio and also you will be redirected to the page where you can see necessary instructions to install Android Studio. Download process may take some time depending upon your internet speed, so please be patient. Once download is done, click on the downloaded exe file. It will first verify the installer and then you will be asked to give the permission. Simply click yes. This will start Android Studio setup wizard. Hit next. Here you can choose the component you want to install. For example, if you have already Android SDK installed, then you can uncheck it from here. But I will leave all the settings as it is. Now hit next and accept the license agreement. Now you will be asked to provide the installation location for Android Studio and Android SDK. In case you are not happy with the default path, you can change it. Now click next and then install. This will start downloading Android Studio and related components. Once you see the completed message, hit next and then click on finish. After that, you will see a complete installation window like this. Here you will be asked to choose one option. If you have already Android Studio installed and you want to use the same settings as your previous Android version, then select first option. But if you don't want to import any settings from previous Android version or you want a fresh installation, select second option. Since I want a fresh installation, I am selecting second option. Then hit OK button. This will start Android Studio setup wizard. Now hit next and you will be asked to choose the type of setup you want for Android Studio. You will see two options. One is standard and another one is custom. I recommend you to select standard. This will install Android Studio with most common settings and options. Now hit next and then click finish. This will start downloading Android Studio components. Please do note that this will also download and install required Android SDK components. You don't have to do it by yourself. Again, this process may take some time, so please be patient. Once that is done, hit finish and you are done with the installation of Android Studio. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share, comment and do not forget to subscribe my channel. I will catch you guys on the next video. Till then, keep learning and have a nice day.